My name is Susan Ferraro. I'm from SusanF.com. I'm a mindset coach and creator of the Easy PEASY LOA online program, and this is my real video confession.
So I am so happy to have you here today, Susan. I'm excited to hear your confession. I can't wait. What are you confessing to us today?
So my confession is that I have absolutely no idea how much money I made in my business last year.
That's a huge, huge confession.
It is, and it feels good to get it off my chest.
You know, and I honestly, you are not alone. And I know that that's actually something that's a very touchy subject for a lot of people when it comes to starting their businesses and not really being very excited about all the things that got them into the business and very excited about their entrepreneurial journey. And then like the money part just becomes like, whoa, I don't even want to deal with that part.
Exactly. That's how I felt. And I realized there was actually, I didn't know it at the time, but there was actually something even deeper that was holding me back. I blamed it on, I'm just not good with money. I'm so irresponsible. All of these negative thoughts swirling around in my head, excuses as to why I wasn't keeping track. But what I had realized, looking back at this over, the past couple of months, really, was that there was actually a lack of commitment on my part. And I realized that by not owning the money part, by not taking control of that, I really wasn't fully committing to my business. And so once I made that commitment, I did a little digging, and something that helped me be able to commit was, at first, my gut instinct was, you must be afraid of failure, right? We always go there. We're afraid of failure. I'm afraid to put myself out there. That's actually how I help people. So I was like, I need to, walk my talk, right? I started working on that. And what I realized when I wasn't seeing any change, that there was actually something even a layer deeper. And I asked myself this potent question. And that question is, what am I afraid to lose by going into business, right? And I just got chills actually just now saying it, because it made me realize that I wasn't actually afraid of failure. I was afraid of success.
Wow. Oh, I just got the chills.
It was a big shift for me.
Yeah.
And it came from because in my last career, I was successful, but I had equated success. I had the belief that I had to work hard to earn my success. And I did it. It affected my health. I had no time for anything else, any of the other things that I wanted to do in my life. And what I realized by not committing to my business, I felt like I was, or subconsciously, it felt like I was keeping my freedom. So what I've realized is the past couple of months was, once I finally figured that out, and I really felt, and I even just talking about it now, like we were saying with the chills, I really felt that shift. And I have been naturally putting myself out there more. I launched a program on a whim. I've been sitting on it for almost a year. Finally got that off the ground. That is out there now.
Congratulations. What's it called?
It's called Easy PEASY LOA, and it's basically the law of attraction made easy. And it's a mindset program for entrepreneurs. And
I love that. First of all, let me just interrupt this programming to say that I love easy peasy, easy squeezy. And those are words that I use all the time. When you said that, I was just like, whoa, we are going to be fast friends for sure.
It's definitely important to me as well. Thank you. And yeah, I noticed it in my one-on-one business. Like, clients were starting to come to me. It was like I felt a shift. Like, there was a definite shift in the way I was behaving, and just probably the energy I was putting out. When you have that wall up, people feel that. So it was like everything's turned around, and I finally am working with someone to get a system in place to keep track of everything. So it's all getting organized. But that was the biggest lesson for me, was just about that commitment. Like, I say I want this more than anything in the world, but I wasn't really letting myself go for it.
What a profound realization. When do you think, so do you think that the shift started to occur when you really started scratching at the surface of this? These feelings?
I think it happened because it, as the new year was coming, it was like everything I was being forced to deal with it. Tax season is coming up. It's still a mess. I'm an accounting nightmare, but I was being forced to realize that I did not do this. I was not taking care of business, and I was avoiding it. That's really what it was coming down to. I was avoiding the necessary pieces of really being in business and really owning that, really like owning being an entrepreneur. And I think it just came to me, like the pain of where I was started to outweigh the pain of where I wanted to go. If that makes sense.
No, that makes total sense. And then I'm sure like as these months have gone by and you started attracting all of these awesome clients to you and shifting through this transformation, things are definitely headed in the right direction.
Definitely. And what's been so ironic is I feel more free on the other side.
That's awesome.
So it's like I needed the very thing that I was afraid of taking my freedom has actually given me more freedom, which is very awesome.
I love when stuff like that happens. And it's always like, you can't see there's like all these like cliches and sayings, but like, where you're in the eye of the storm, you can't see what's going on around you or outside of it. But once you get to the other side, you're like, whoa, look, rainbows. It's awesome. Why didn't I do this sooner?
So true.
Something else funny that I noticed, that I was actually on your site a while back, and I noticed that you use the word shiz, and that's another thing. I was like, whoa, shiz, because I always say shiz because I think that's funny, and easy peasy squeezy shiz, that kind of stuff.
Thank you. It's pretty much how I talk.
So yeah, you and I are like right here. We're right here.
East Coast.
So funny. Something I discovered about you that it was very interesting, something I wanted to bring up, that you used to be the design director for Kate Spade.
I did.
So yeah. How did you end up becoming a design director for Kate Spade?
So I went to school for fashion design. I went to Parsons I graduated in 2001, and I was in the fashion industry from 2001 to 2012. And, the first part of my career, I was in apparel, got bored, moved into handbags, and just loved it, and ended up, that was my last position in the industry, was as a design director for Kate Spade. And while the whole experience, I don't regret any of it. It was awesome. And I feel really fortunate that I got to experience some of the things that I did. But like I said, I did, and I don't blame the industry anymore, even though I used to, but my work ethic was just off. And it just took a toll on me. And just, it's a very fast-paced industry anyway. And it was just, I was just over that lifestyle. So that's why I kind of veered into this. It wasn't fulfilling anymore. I needed something new, something that felt really like my own.
I can totally relate to that. No, definitely. And let me ask you, what's your sign?
My sign?
Yeah.
I'm a Libra.
Libra. Oh, Libra.
Sag rising, Aquarian moon.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I was going to say, I'm a Capricorn, and very strong work ethic, very driven, very focused is definitely a characteristic trait of, but many signs, but specifically with Capricorns.
Both my parents are Capricorns, and hard work was very valued in my family across the board. So I grew up, believing that you can have anything you want. You can have all the success you want as long as you work hard for it.
Sure. And I'm sure that played into, where you found yourself a couple of months ago.
Exactly.
Because I'm working on my own money block things and other issues in my business, and helping myself move forward through different things like using the law of attraction and shifting, things inside myself and figuring out exactly the same types of things that you just discovered in your business. Like, what's blocking me? Why do I feel this way? Am I afraid of success? Am I afraid of failure? What's holding me back in different arenas? And I'm constantly working on that because I'm always trying to help other people work on that with their fears of video and the camera and, visibility and putting themselves out there. And it was a place that I found myself in not too long before I started this business, when I decided that I was going to be the face of my business and I was going to put myself out there because I knew what I was doing behind the camera. Like, no problem. do that all day long. And I knew what it was supposed to look like, and I knew what it was supposed to sound like. But at the same time, I'm just like my own real person, and I had to work through all of this stuff to feel comfortable there.
Becoming an entrepreneur really tests your comfort zone.
And that's what you like. You said something else on your website that I really wanted to point out. You said, "I will not help you find your passion because your passion isn't lost." And like that gave me the chills. I was like, I love that because it's so true. You know, it can be very trying when you become an entrepreneur and you're on your own and you're doing your own thing, but because you're passionate about it, for me, like I never feel like I'm working. I feel so satisfied and so gratified when my clients come back to me and say, thank you. You know, and I'm sure the same goes for you with the clients that you work with, and the law of attraction, and they're having the ability to attract all of these amazing things to them. And you're attracting all these amazing clients and experiences and people and everything else to you.
It's true. And now, like I was saying, how now I feel so much more free on the other side. It feels effortless. It was like I let myself feel effortless. It was really about getting over that block. And it's so, so true.
Oh, I love this. So good. So good. I just want to say that again, because I think it deserves another say. Okay. I will not help you find your passion because your passion isn't lost. I love that. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have the opportunity to chat with you about this and listen to your confession. You're welcome. Thank you. How can people find out more information about you and how to attract all the goodness into their lives?
So you can find me at susanf.com. And I have all kinds of good stuff on there about mindset and the law of attraction and just really creating a life that you love from the inside out.
Awesome. And I'll have a link to that below this video. Thank you again for coming on and confessing your business sins to me.
Thank you again. It's been awesome.
Oh, yay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.